Well, hey there, I'm KK, and today I thought I'd encourage you, but also give you some tangible ways that you can improve your self-care today. Not just Sunday, not just Saturday, but every day. You see, I really believe that self-care is an everyday, almost every moment intentional experience. And I think oftentimes we love these cute little hashtags and catchphrases like hashtag SelfCareSunday. But what we really need to think about is, what does it take for me to get to Sunday? Because maybe it needs to be a Self-Care Tuesday or Wednesday, just so I can get to those next couple of days. And so especially for you hardworking, entrepreneurs, career builders, it's incredibly important that you put your oxygen mask on first before you support those who you manage or those who you help in any way. And so I think one of the most overlooked but also overhyped aspects of doing so is to focus on your self-care. I've been in the wellness industry on the business side for about 20 years, and I've watched the definition of self-care really mold and change. It went from kind of strictly focused on beauty to now encapsulating, beauty and wellness. And finally, I think we're also focused on our health, supplementation, going to the doctor, having a regular routine for how we look in and take care of ourselves when we do. I'm thrilled to see, I think the definition of self-care evolve alongside solutions that we can enjoy that are both like very luxurious and very specific, but also easy and accessible no matter what aspect of life you're in, what budget you have. And I think that's also a part of the self-care movement, is making it even more democratized than it was before. And so I'm really proud to be a self-care junkie. I often find that, especially working with elite business owners, there are some really key elements to upping your self-care game that not always are popular to talk about, that I thought I would share with you today. I'm gonna get the first one out of the way because it's gonna piss some people off, and I'm okay with that. And it's taking care of your body, like really taking care of your body. Exercise, how do you eat? Are you getting enough of the nutrients and vitamins that you need? This has become such a vanity metric for a lot of people, that they look the part, but maybe on the inside are not exactly as healthy as they may appear, or that they may purport themselves to be. And I'm a really big believer in getting the clothing rack looking as good as the clothing that's on it, so to speak. So your body is the clothing rack. And I am just a very consistent, intentional person about my health and wellness. And that is especially important when it comes to my body. So I am not here to tell you certain aspects of how to treat your body, but I am going to encourage you to make regular movement a part of your days. I actually really believe that as we get older, we need to move more instead of less. So that's kind of countercultural to what we hear. But as I'm getting older, I'm literally focusing on moving more. That may be walking, exercising, just using my body in different ways. And I really encourage that, because the more we move, the better we feel about ourselves, the better honestly our self-reflection and our recognition is. But also we elicit endorphins inside of our brain. It actually is proven. Like, I get high exercising, and I'm not afraid to say it. And so I think it's incredibly important. This is not about body type. This is not about losing weight. This is not about looking a certain way for a cultural norm. I'm not about that life, but I am about telling you that it is time to take truly good care of your body, inside and out. Okay, the second aspect of self-care, a little more fun, is maybe those areas of your growth and your development that you may have put off. Hey, this may be everything from taking time to check in with a counselor, to joining a book club, to journaling on a regular basis, getting enough sleep. Like, these are things that we all know are good for us, but we often ain't nobody got time for that, focus on. So I think that second aspect is almost like a level up. Truly, when I started sleeping 8+ hours a night, my under eye bags went away, my hair felt different, my body felt different. So even those materialistic, external validation aspects of my life improved, really. So, less concealer, less makeup in general, it was a good thing overall. And I would say that sometimes the external drives the internal, and that's totally okay. But particularly as we focus on kind of what matters inside the most, where it's mental, it's physical, it's all the way around important, I think this is one area that you could probably add some new focus on today, tomorrow, and really see the results and the benefits very, very quickly. Finally, I do want to touch on this aspect of like loving thyself, knowing thyself, and maybe investing in who you are now and who you want to be a little bit more. You know, one of the best currencies of someone's true success is their ability to improve who they are, you know, what they earn, and honestly, where they fit into the world. And so that's the ultimate luxury. There was once a time my husband and I were sitting on a plane. We sat next to a really successful person, and we got to talking about what makes success and what makes life life. And what I thought was incredibly important was that he realized later on in his career, right, much further into his success than he would have liked, that it's not about the external, it's not about the materialistic, it's not about the bigger house and the nicer car and the external physical look of being successful. It was the benefit of time. It was the time to invest in his family, to invest in his professional development, to invest in his personal development. And I think overall to realize that those who are really doing well in the world have more time to enjoy life, to enjoy their success, enjoy their money, than those who are not. That's an absolute fact. What I want to encourage you to do is to be one of those people, to get to the level of success where you've got the currency of time to maybe work on things that you never dreamed you'd have the ability to, or maybe to focus on an area of your life that perhaps it's something you always desired to address, but didn't have time or scope or focus because maybe you were focusing on other things, or maybe you had other needs that were more urgent. And so I really want that for you. That's an area of self-care that no one talks about, which is the luxury of time, the blessing of being able to give back, to volunteer, to spend a little more time with those you care about without being worried about what emails are popping up. So this may be honestly a difficult thing to fathom depending on where you are in life, in business, in your career, but I really want to encourage you to start doing that now. Don't wait for this like level of success that everyone thinks is going to happen at a certain age or a certain milestone or a certain number in your bank account to focus on those things. Life is incredibly short. I think we know that now more than ever. And it's also incredibly beautiful. And so I encourage you to enjoy both the time that you have and to make what's beautiful part of your daily functions and self-care in and of itself. So I'd love to hear the areas that you choose to focus on as aspects of your self-care and growth, and maybe the areas that you could use a little kick in the butt about. Maybe I'll make a video about that. Let's talk more soon.